Imagine waking up in just 3 months from now with a renewed sense of energy, clarity, and self-respect. What if all it took was a commitment of just 1 hour a day, consistently, to change everything about your life? It sounds almost too good to be true, right? But here's the truth. It's not about a quick fix or a surge of motivation. It's about structure, discipline, and the quiet, steady progress that compounds into something extraordinary. For most people, their life is stuck on repeat, a never-ending cycle of waking up, reacting to the world, and hoping things will change. But what if you decided to stop reacting and started creating? What if you gave yourself the gift of one focused hour every day and committed to transforming your life? It's time to hit the reset button, to move beyond excuses, and to build the life you've been waiting for. In the next 90 days, you're going to learn how to break the old habits, strengthen your mindset, and design an environment that supports your highest goals. It's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. Because every decision, every hour you dedicate, and every habit you build will shift your trajectory forever. This is the journey of transformation. It's your time, and it starts right now. Chapter 1. The 4% Rule. 1 hour a day changes everything. When people hear that 90 days could change everything, they often imagine a massive overhaul of their life, dramatic routines, extreme sacrifices, and heroic bursts of motivation. But the truth is simpler than that. Transformation isn't about doing everything at once. It's about focusing on one thing, one small, consistent change that leads to powerful results over time. This is where the 4% rule comes in. It's deceptively simple. 4% of your day is just 1 hour. 1 hour. That's all it takes to begin shifting the course of your life. But here's the catch. It's not just any hour. It's an hour used with intention, clarity, and purpose. It's an hour where you make a commitment to yourself, where you decide that this time, this hour, belongs to you and no one else. Think about it. How many hours have you wasted in your life to distractions? Scrolling mindlessly on your phone, reacting to the world's demands instead of taking action on your own dreams. How much of your time has slipped away, unnoticed, until it feels like you've run out of it? The 90 days you're about to embark on are about reclaiming that time. But to do that, you need to protect this 1 hour every single day. This is your sacred hour, a time where you cut through the noise, eliminate distractions, and focus entirely on something that strengthens you, whether that's building a new skill, improving your health, or finishing a project you've been putting off. And here's the truth. This hour doesn't need to be anything extraordinary. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It simply needs to be consistent. It starts with a mindset shift. This hour is non-negotiable. This hour is where you draw the line. No more excuses, no more distractions, no more putting things off until tomorrow. When you commit to this hour, you start changing the way you think about yourself and your goals. Let's break down exactly how to protect this hour. 1. Eliminate noise. The first step is to block out any distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode, close unnecessary tabs, clear your workspace. This is your time and you have to protect it like it's sacred. 2. 1 priority. In this hour, focus on one thing, one action that moves you forward. Not 10 things, not a long to-do list. Just one thing that makes today better than yesterday. This is where clarity comes into play. 3. Full commitment. Dive deep. No multitasking, no distractions. Commit fully to the task at hand. Whether it's working on your body, mind, or a specific project, go all in for this hour. 4. Momentum. It won't always feel easy. Some days it will be a battle, but that's okay. Discipline isn't about comfort. It's about pushing through even when it's tough, knowing that you're building momentum with each hour you commit. By the end of this chapter, You'll have a clearer understanding of why consistency in this 1 hour is more important than intensity. It's not the big bursts of motivation that lead to lasting change. It's the small, steady decisions that compound over time. When you commit to this sacred hour every day, you'll start seeing results, not immediately, but consistently. And those results will lead you to the transformation you're seeking. Now that we've dived into the first chapter, it's clear that the power of transformation lies in consistency, discipline, and structure. If you're enjoying this journey so far, stay tuned, because the next chapter is all about setting yourself up for success each morning. If you win the morning, you win the day and ultimately, your next 90 days. If you're ready to dive deeper into how to master your mornings and set yourself up for a powerful day, keep listening for the next chapter. Your transformation starts now. Chapter 2. Win the morning to win the next 90 days. The first hour of your day can shape the entire course of your life. It's a simple truth, but one that's often overlooked. If you wake up and immediately dive into the chaos of the world, checking emails, scrolling through social media, or reacting to the demands of others, you'll start the day already behind. The energy, the focus, the clarity, everything will be scattered. And that scatter will follow you throughout the day. But what if the first hour could be different? What if the first hour could be the one thing that determines the success of your entire day? Here's the game changer. Win your morning, win your day. When you take control of the first 20 to 40 minutes of your day, you lay the foundation for everything that comes after. This is not about waking up at the crack of dawn or jumping into some extreme routine. It's about being intentional, creating a routine that makes you feel grounded, in control, and ready to face whatever the day throws your way. So let's talk about how to win the morning. It doesn't have to be complicated or overwhelming. In fact, simplicity is key. The goal here is to eliminate chaos and put yourself in a space of clarity before you even step out of bed. Rule 1. No phone for the first 60 minutes. It's tempting to grab your phone as soon as your eyes open. Checking emails, scrolling through Instagram, catching up on the news. But here's the thing. When you do that, you're allowing the outside world to dictate your energy, your thoughts, and your mood. You're putting yourself on the defense before you've even had a chance to prepare. So the first rule is simple. No phone for the first hour of your day. This is non-negotiable. When you resist the temptation to dive into your phone, you take back control. Instead of letting distractions and external demands control your mind, you decide what your first thoughts will be. Use that time to ground yourself. Take a few deep breaths, stretch, or sit in silence. This is your moment to prepare your mind for the day ahead. Rule 2. Physical movement. Movement is essential for awakening both your body and mind. You don't need to do a full workout, but a little movement in the morning can work wonders. Whether it's a short walk, some light stretching, or a few minutes of yoga, getting your body moving helps to activate your energy, increases blood flow to your brain, and prepares you for action. Remember, the goal isn't to exhaust yourself. It's simply to activate your body so that you're ready to take on the day. Even a few minutes of movement will make a huge difference. Rule 3. Written intention. Before your day gets filled with tasks and obligations, take a moment to decide what matters most. Write down your top 3 priorities for the day. Not 10, not 5, just 3. This simple practice will create clarity and focus, making sure you move with purpose throughout the day instead of drifting from one thing to the next. When you set your intentions for the day, you're training your brain to focus on what's important. You're not wasting time on things that don't matter. You're making the most out of each hour by aligning your actions with your highest priorities. Rule 4. Mental priming. The last part of your morning routine is mental priming. This is where you set your mindset for the day. Whether it's a moment of gratitude, a short affirmation, or simply taking a few deep breaths to center yourself, this practice will help you step into your day with presence, not panic. When you prime your mind, you're telling yourself that you are in control. You're ready to face challenges, tackle tasks, and make decisions from a place of clarity and calmness, not anxiety or stress. Now, let's break it down. Here's your simple morning routine for the next 90 days. 1. No phone for the first 60 minutes, no distractions, no digital noise. Take control. 2. Physical movement, stretch, walk, or do something that gets your body energized. 3. Write your top 3 priorities. Write down your most important tasks for the day. 4. Mental priming. Take a moment for gratitude, reflection, or a deep breath to center yourself. Some mornings will be harder than others. Some days you'll feel like pressing snooze, like skipping your routine. But those are the days that matter most. Winning the morning doesn't mean every day will be perfect. It means showing up, even when you don't feel like it, and sticking to the practices that keep you grounded. When you win the morning, you set the tone for the day. When you win enough mornings, you win your entire 90-day transformation. But here's the most powerful part. The morning routine doesn't just affect your day. It shapes your identity. By consistently showing up and creating intentional mornings, you're telling your brain, I am in control of my life. I am someone who leads my day, not someone who lets life happen to me. This is how you build momentum. And as the days go by, you'll start to see how these small wins accumulate into something much bigger. Stay tuned for the next chapter where we talk about cutting out the things that weaken you. Because transformation isn't just about what you add to your life, but also about what you remove. This journey is all about setting yourself up for success by eliminating the habits and distractions that no longer serve you. Ready to cut the clutter and strengthen your path? Keep listening. Your transformation is just getting started. Chapter 3. Cut what weakens you. Every successful transformation begins not only with what you add to your life, but also with what you remove. It's easy to focus on acquiring new habits, skills, or routines. But what happens when the habits, people, and environments you've been holding on to are actually sabotaging your progress? How much energy are you wasting on things that are holding you back, keeping you stuck, or draining your spirit? You cannot build strength on top of weakness. You cannot build clarity on top of clutter. And you definitely can't build discipline on top of patterns that sabotage you. If you want these next 90 days to truly transform your life, you must learn the art of subtraction. Let's face it, eliminating distractions and negative influences is often harder than adding new things. People tend to avoid this part of the process because it requires a deep confrontation with the things that have been running their lives for years. But the truth is, nothing changes until you face the truth about what's holding you back. The power of subtraction. Many people think change comes from doing more. They think if they add more tasks, more to-do lists, more goals, more energy, they'll eventually get ahead. But real, lasting change comes from eliminating the things that drain your energy, the things that waste your time, and the things that distract you from your true potential. Here's the thing. You don't rise because you become stronger overnight. You rise because you stop letting things that weaken you take control. Over the next 90 days, your mission is simple. Identify the top 3 things in your life that are stealing your energy, your focus, your discipline, and cut them. Don't just reduce them, cut them. When you cut the things that weaken you, it frees up space for strength, clarity, and growth. Let's break down the areas of your life that need trimming. 1. Mental noise. We all know that overconsumption of digital media, news, social media, or endless scrolling can drain us mentally. But how often do you actually acknowledge it? Your mind is like a sponge. And if you're constantly absorbing negativity, noise, and unnecessary stress, you're filling your brain with clutter instead of clarity. This weakens your focus, undermines your mental clarity, and drains your energy. What you need to do: unfollow accounts that trigger insecurity, fear, or stress. Limit your news consumption to what's necessary. Avoid overanalyzing, comparing, or replaying negative thoughts. The goal is to curate what you allow into your mind, just as you curate your physical space. Create mental boundaries. Set specific times when you'll allow yourself to consume media, but always with intention, not just reaction. 2. Environmental noise. Your environment shapes your habits more than you realize. If your workspace is cluttered or chaotic, your mind will reflect that. If your surroundings encourage distraction, it will be much harder to focus on what matters. Your environment is like a silent coach. If it's messy, unorganized, or filled with distractions, it's hard to be disciplined. What you need to do: declutter aggressively. Clear your workspace, tidy your digital space, and organize your tools. A clean environment invites focus. Create a dedicated workspace for your goals. This is your sacred space where you can focus without distractions. Eliminate the digital clutter by removing apps, tabs, and notifications that don't serve your purpose. When your space is designed to support focus and clarity, you'll find it much easier to stay disciplined and productive. 3. Emotional drains. Emotions are powerful, and sometimes they can be the biggest drain on our energy. Emotional exhaustion comes from unresolved conflicts, toxic relationships, unnecessary obligations, or fears that hold us back. If you're constantly managing emotional turbulence, you're diverting precious energy away from your goals. What you need to do: set boundaries with people who drain you. Limit your time with those who bring negativity. Walk away from unnecessary commitments that weigh you down emotionally. Be honest about the emotional baggage that you're carrying. Sometimes, the most powerful act of self-care is saying no. Cutting emotional drains isn't about distancing yourself from loved ones. It's about removing unnecessary weight from your heart and mind so you can show up with strength, clarity, and resilience. 4. Sabotaging behaviors. These are the small habits that seem innocent at first but compound over time, sabotaging your progress. Procrastination, hitting snooze, stress eating, or wasting evenings on autopilot entertainment. These are all quiet destroyers of your potential. While they may feel good in the moment, they keep you stuck and delay the progress you want to make. What you need to do: identify your sabotage patterns, the late nights, the distractions, the habits that prevent you from moving forward. Replace them with healthier alternatives: a bedtime routine, planned breaks, healthy snacks, or intentional leisure time. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Take action even if you don't feel like it. These small shifts will accumulate over time and significantly impact your productivity and discipline. 5. Comfort that keeps you stagnant. Comfort is perhaps the most deceptive trap of all. It promises ease, relaxation, and reward. But too much comfort leads to complacency. It's like quicksand. It feels nice at first, but the longer you stay in it, the harder it becomes to break free. Comfort is not always bad, but when it's chosen at the wrong time, it kills growth. What you need to do: choose challenge intentionally. Choose effort over ease. Choose discipline over comfort. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you push yourself beyond it. Let go of the idea that you deserve comfort all the time. You deserve growth. You deserve transformation. But that only comes from choosing discomfort when it matters most. Practical exercise. Cutting what weakens you for the next 90 days. Keep a journal where you track the things that weaken you. Write down 3 categories. 1. What weakens my mind? O mental clutter, negative thinking, overconsumption of media 2. What weakens my environment? O physical clutter, digital distractions, unorganized space 3. What weakens my discipline? O procrastination, bad habits, comfort-driven choices. Under each category, list the behaviors, people, or habits that drain you. Be brutally honest. No excuses. Then choose 3 main things, the top 3 drains from your list, and cut them. Don't manage them, don't reduce them, cut them. Once you remove these drains, you'll notice a shift. Your energy will increase, your focus will sharpen, and you'll have more space to build what strengthens you. Now that we've cut what weakens us, it's time to focus on what builds us. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we dive into the power of deep focus. Learn how to harness your attention and concentration to create meaningful progress every day. Are you ready to take your focus to the next level? Let's get started in the next chapter. The power of focus is waiting for you. Chapter 4. The power of deep focus. We live in a world filled with distractions. Notifications pinging every second, emails flooding your inbox, the endless scrolling of social media. It's no wonder so many people feel scattered, busy, but never truly productive. But here's the truth. Your life feels scattered because your attention is scattered. What if the secret to getting more done, achieving your goals, and making real progress wasn't about working harder or longer, but about learning the art of deep focus? The people who get ahead aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who can concentrate, dive deep into a task, and make real, tangible progress in a short period of time. Deep focus is a skill that once mastered becomes your greatest asset. And here's the good news. You can build that skill. What is deep focus? Deep focus is not just about blocking out distractions. It's about giving your full mind, full attention, and full presence to one meaningful task at a time. In a world built on distractions, the ability to truly focus is rare, but it's incredibly powerful. It's the key to real progress, real results, and real transformation. In the past, you might have believed that time was the problem. You thought that if you had more hours, you'd be able to accomplish everything. But here's the truth. Time has never been the issue. Attention is. You can have all the time in the world, but if your attention is divided, you'll only make progress in small, scattered bursts. But when you bring all your attention to one task, you move mountains. The 4 requirements of deep focus. So, how do you develop deep focus? It all comes down to these 4 requirements. 1. Intention. Choose what matters most. The first step to deep focus is intention. You cannot focus deeply on something you haven't clearly defined. If you sit down to work but don't know what you're trying to achieve, your brain will wander. Every day before you begin your deep focus block, you need to ask yourself, what task matters most right now? This isn't about working on the easiest task or the one that's been nagging you. It's about choosing the task that moves your life forward, the one that brings you closer to your long-term goals. Your brain needs clarity. Without it, it will default to seeking stimulation, opening new tabs, or looking for distractions. Define your task before you begin, and your mind will follow suit. 2. Environment. Set yourself up for success. You cannot focus in an environment built for distraction. If your workspace is cluttered, noisy, or filled with temptations, it's impossible to give your full attention to your work. To focus deeply, you need to design your environment for focus. Clear your space of any clutter. Put your phone out of reach. Close unnecessary tabs on your computer. This is the time to set your space up in a way that makes focus feel easy. When your environment is organized and distraction-free, your mind will follow suit. A dedicated workspace is key. When your brain associates a specific space with deep work, it becomes easier to enter that focused state each time you sit down. The environment should not fight against you. It should support your goals. 3. Time protection. Guard your focus. Deep focus requires uninterrupted time. You can't expect to focus deeply in 10-minute bursts or while multitasking. The key is time protection. You need to create blocks of time where you're unavailable to the world. Set a timer for 30, 60, or 90 minutes and commit to being fully present during that block. No checking emails. No quick scrolling through social media. You're unavailable for anything but the task at hand. This time block becomes sacred. It's your time to work, to think, and to make real progress. 4. Mental discipline. Push through the resistance. This is perhaps the hardest part of deep focus. Mental discipline. Your brain is trained to seek comfort, to find easy distractions, and to avoid boredom. So when you sit down to focus deeply, your mind will fight back. But here's the thing, the resistance is normal. It's a sign that your mind is shifting. When your mind tells you to check your phone or jump to a different task, that's just the brain's resistance to change. Discipline is about pushing through that resistance. It's about training your mind to stay with the task even when it feels uncomfortable, even when you'd rather be doing something else. Deep focus isn't supposed to feel easy. It's supposed to feel powerful. Focus is a muscle that you must train every day. The power of deep focus in your 90-day transformation. When you commit to deep focus, you're not just getting more done. You're developing a stronger version of yourself. You're becoming someone who can take on challenges, complete tasks with excellence, and make decisions with clarity. Deep focus brings clarity. When you focus on one thing at a time, you eliminate mental clutter. You stop wasting energy on distractions and instead use that energy to create real, meaningful work. You'll find that when you protect your focus, you protect your future. How to build deep focus in the next 90 days. Here's your practical plan for the next 90 days. 1. Set your focus time. Choose 1 hour per day for deep focus. This could be part of your sacred hour, or it could be a dedicated block later in the day. Whatever works for you, just make sure you guard this time fiercely. 2. Create a distraction-free environment. Set up a workspace that supports your focus. Clear your desk, remove digital distractions, and make sure you're comfortable. This is your zone of focus. 3. Use a timer. Set a timer for 30 minutes, 60 minutes. Use the Pomodoro method if it helps. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Repeat this process. The timer creates urgency and helps you stay focused on the task at hand. 4. Push through resistance. Your brain will try to resist focus. When it does, remind yourself that this is where growth happens. Stay present and don't give up on the task even if it gets uncomfortable. Focus builds strength. 5. Reflect. At the end of each week, reflect on your deep focus sessions. Did you stay present? What distractions crept in? Adjust your approach accordingly. The more you practice deep focus, the easier it becomes. Why deep focus is the key to long-term transformation. Deep focus is transformative because it is sustainable. Unlike bursts of motivation that fade away after a few days, deep focus is a skill that builds over time. The more consistently you practice it, the more natural it becomes. It's not about working harder or faster. It's about working smarter. By protecting your attention and eliminating distractions, you allow yourself to make deeper, more meaningful progress. When you focus deeply, you don't just finish tasks. You improve your skills, expand your mind, and grow as a person. Now that you've unlocked the power of deep focus, it's time to use it to build momentum in your 90-day transformation. But we're not done yet. There's still more to do. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll tackle the skills that will pay you back, the ones that will compound over time and set you up for success long after these 90 days are over. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? Keep listening. Chapter 5. Build skills that pay you back. If you're serious about creating lasting change in your life over the next 90 days, you have to shift your focus. It's not just about putting in more effort. It's about building skills that pay you back. Because here's the truth. Hard work alone won't get you where you want to go. You can work yourself into exhaustion, checking off tasks, putting in hours, but without developing the right skills, you'll find yourself stuck in the same place, feeling busy but never progressing. Skill is what unlocks true progress. It's the difference between working hard and working smart. Skill is the leverage you need to elevate your life, transform your career, and ultimately unlock your potential. And the great thing is, skills compound over time. The more you build, the more valuable you become, not just to the world, but to yourself. So, how do you start building these skills in a way that sets you up for success? Over the next 90 days, your job is simple. Choose one skill to focus on, a skill that challenges you, that will stretch your abilities, and that will give you long-term returns. Why skill building is so important. Many people feel like they're working hard, but they're not seeing results. They stay busy, they cross items off their to-do list, but they aren't building anything of substance. Here's the difference. Hard work creates effort, but skill creates leverage. When you focus on building a skill, you aren't just putting in effort, you're putting in effort that compounds. As you get better at that skill, it pays you back in more opportunities, more confidence, and more respect. Think about the person you want to become, the person who's confident, respected, and unstoppable. That person didn't get there by doing busy work. They got there by consistently developing valuable skills. The right skill makes all the difference. So, how do you choose the right skill to focus on for the next 90 days? Clarity is key. This isn't about choosing a hobby or a trivial skill that feels fun in the moment. You need to pick something that elevates your life and improves your future. What skill could you develop that would make you more valuable in your career, more effective in your personal life, more confident in your abilities? It could be anything, from learning a new language, improving your communication, mastering a trade or craft, to something like leadership, public speaking, writing, coding, or even emotional intelligence. The possibilities are endless, but the key is to choose one skill that you believe will bring long-term benefits and set you apart. How to build a skill in 90 days. Once you've chosen your skill, the next step is committing to it every single day. But skill building isn't just about the number of hours you put in, it's about the quality of those hours. It's about consistent, focused effort that leads to mastery. Here's your plan for how to build this skill. 1. Deliberate practice. To build a skill, you must practice it deliberately. This means that every time you practice, you're not just going through the motions. You're actively trying to improve, refine, and challenge yourself. Deliberate practice is uncomfortable. It exposes your weaknesses. But that's where growth happens. Let's say you want to learn to write better. You don't just write whenever you feel like it. Instead, you dedicate time each day to write with purpose, focusing on improving specific aspects of your writing, whether it's structure, vocabulary, or clarity. 2. Get feedback. You can't improve a skill in a vacuum. You need feedback from reality, from others, and from your own observations. Feedback helps you identify where you're succeeding and where you need to adjust. Feedback isn't about judgment, it's about growth. It's the mirror that shows you what's working and what isn't. When you're learning something new, whether it's coding, public speaking, or fitness, seek out feedback from mentors, peers, or even through self-reflection. Track your progress and see where you need to adapt. 3. Repetition. Repetition is the key to mastery. When you build a skill, you'll go through cycles of improvement, trial, and error. The first 20 days will feel awkward. Things won't click. But don't give up, keep going. Every time you repeat something, you move closer to mastery. It might seem slow at first, but like compounding interest, your progress will accelerate over time. 4. Time blocks. To build a skill, you need to commit dedicated time to it every day. Whether it's 30 minutes or an hour, block out time where you work solely on your skill. No distractions, no multitasking. Just deep, focused practice. This time block becomes the foundation for your growth. It's the investment you make every single day, and it's the key to consistency. 5. Application. Finally, the most powerful way to grow a skill is by applying it in the real world. Practice is important, but application brings the skill to life. Whether it's writing articles, speaking at events, or applying your knowledge in a work project, use your skill in real situations. Real-world application accelerates your growth and gives you the confidence to keep going. It's also how you begin to see tangible results from all your hard work. The compound effect of skill building. Here's the magic of skill building. It compounds. Every hour you dedicate to learning something new, every repetition, every piece of feedback, it all builds on itself. The more consistent you are, the faster you grow. Imagine that after 90 days, you've spent 90 hours developing a new skill. Not only will you have gained incredible expertise in that skill, but you'll have also transformed your identity. You will become the person who has mastered that skill. And here's the real kicker. This is just the beginning. After 90 days, you can continue to build upon that skill, fine-tuning it until you're an expert. But it all starts here, with consistent, focused effort. Tracking your skill building as you move through these 90 days, make sure to track your progress. Break down the steps you need to take and measure how far you've come. Tracking helps you stay accountable, and it provides the data you need to evaluate your progress. Every day, ask yourself, what did I do today to improve my skill? Building identity through skill. The most important thing to remember is that skill building is not just about what you do. It's about who you become. As you continue to practice, get feedback, and apply your skill, you're not just adding another line to your resume. You're creating an identity shift. You're becoming someone who doesn't just wish for success, but someone who earns it through consistent effort. By the end of these 90 days, you will have not only a skill that sets you apart, but an identity that supports your goals. You'll be someone who doesn't just talk about transformation, but someone who actively builds it every day. The skill building challenge. So, here's your challenge for the next 90 days. Choose one skill to master. Commit to it. Practice deliberately. Seek feedback. Apply it in real life. And most importantly, be consistent. Because at the end of this journey, you'll have developed a skill that will change your life and set you up for long-term success. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll tackle the important skill of mental resilience, how to face obstacles and bounce back stronger than ever. Ready to get mentally tough? Keep listening. Chapter 6. Strengthen your mindset before you fix your life. Every problem you encounter in life begins as a mindset problem. Before your habits fall apart, your thinking does. Before your discipline slips, your beliefs weaken. Before your environment becomes chaotic, your internal world grows louder than your intentions. It's easy to look at external circumstances, blaming everything from lack of time to bad luck. But what if the root of your problems lies deeper? Your mindset is the foundation of everything. It's the lens through which you see the world, and it dictates the actions you take. If your mindset is strong, even the hardest challenges seem manageable. If it's weak, even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Here's the cold truth. You cannot build a powerful life with a fragile mind. Without a strong mindset, you will falter at the first sign of adversity. You will lose your discipline, give up on your goals, and sabotage your growth. But when you fortify your mindset, you unlock the key to transformation. The foundation of a strong mindset, strengthening your mindset, isn't something you can do overnight. It's a daily practice, just like building physical strength. Every day, you must choose thoughts, beliefs, and actions that support your growth. The stronger your mindset, the easier it becomes to follow through on your commitments, stick to your habits, and overcome obstacles. So, how do you build that strength? Let's break it down into 5 key components. 1. Ownership. The first step in strengthening your mindset is ownership. You must take full responsibility for your life, not just for the things that went right, but also for the things that went wrong. You are the author of your story. When you blame others, external circumstances, or bad luck, you relinquish control over your life. Taking ownership means recognizing that everything in your life, including your results, is up to you. You cannot change what's happened in the past, but you can decide how you show up today. If you want to change your life, you must stop waiting for the right moment, the perfect timing, or the ideal circumstances. Instead, say to yourself, I am responsible for my growth. I am responsible for my transformation. When you truly own your decisions, you take your power back. 2. Emotional regulation. Next, you need to learn how to regulate your emotions. Your emotions are powerful forces. They can lift you up or drag you down, depending on how you react to them. The key here is not to suppress or ignore your emotions, but to learn how to feel without being ruled by them. Most people are controlled by their feelings. When they're motivated, they act. When they're tired, they quit. When they're stressed, they freeze. But a strong mindset doesn't operate on emotions. It operates on intention. Emotional regulation means learning to pause before reacting. It means stepping back and choosing your response based on what will serve you best, not just what you feel in the moment. This doesn't mean you won't feel anxiety, fear, or frustration. But it does mean that you can acknowledge those feelings and still choose to act in alignment with your goals. 3. Mental reframing. The way you perceive events shapes your experience of them. If you see setbacks as failures, you'll feel defeated. If you see them as opportunities to learn, you'll grow stronger. The ability to reframe your thoughts is a game changer in building mental toughness. This is about shifting your perspective. For example, a setback is not a reason to quit. It's feedback on what needs to be adjusted. A challenge is not something to avoid. It's an opportunity to stretch and learn. A failure is not a sign of incompetence. It's a step forward in the process of mastery. When you reframe your thoughts, you're in control. You decide what everything means. And by choosing positive, empowering interpretations of events, you'll build resilience and keep moving forward, no matter what obstacles arise. 4. Resilience. Life is going to test you. There will be days when things go wrong, when obstacles block your path, and when you want to give up. But here's where your mindset gets truly tested. Resilience is the ability to bounce back quickly after setbacks. A resilient person doesn't let difficulties derail them. Instead of spiraling, they reset, regroup, and push forward. Resilience doesn't mean never breaking. It means breaking and then rebuilding. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you build mental toughness. To strengthen your resilience, you need to accept that challenges are inevitable, but they do not define you. It's how you respond to those challenges that shapes who you become. Every setback is a lesson in disguise. And every time you rise after a fall, you build your character. 5. Identity alignment. Finally, a powerful mindset is one that's aligned with your highest self. You have to see yourself as someone who can handle adversity, who can stay disciplined, and who can overcome challenges. You are what you believe you are. If you believe you are someone who quits when things get hard, that will be your reality. But if you believe you are someone who shows up, who follows through, and who makes things happen, you will become that person. To align your mindset with the person you want to become, Start speaking to yourself like you're already that person. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I will figure this out." Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," say, "I'm improving every day." Your thoughts become your reality. The more you align your self-image with your future self, the faster you'll step into that version of yourself. Practical steps to strengthen your mindset the next 90 days will demand a lot from you. But you cannot build discipline or form powerful habits if your mindset isn't strong enough to support them. Here's how you can strengthen your mindset every single day. 1. Morning mindset reset. Start each day by checking in with your mind. Ask yourself, "Oh, what am I thinking right now? Oh, is this thought helping me or hindering me? Oh, what's a stronger thought I can choose?" This simple exercise will help you start your day with awareness and clarity, instead of letting the world decide your thoughts. 2. Practice emotional regulation. When you feel a wave of emotion, pause. Don't react immediately. Take a deep breath, acknowledge the emotion, and ask yourself, "How can I respond in a way that aligns with my goals?" 3. Reframe challenges. When you face a setback or challenge, take a moment to reframe it. Ask yourself, "What is the lesson here? And how can I grow from this experience?" This will train your mind to see opportunities in adversity. 4. Build resilience. When life gets tough, remind yourself that resilience isn't about avoiding struggle, it's about facing it head-on and coming out stronger. Focus on bouncing back quickly after setbacks and learn from your mistakes. 5. Align your identity. Speak to yourself like you are already the person you want to become. Say to yourself, "I am someone who follows through. I am someone who overcomes challenges." Let these affirmations shape your behavior. Practical steps to strengthen your mindset the next 90 days will demand a lot from you. But you cannot build discipline or form powerful habits if your mindset isn't strong enough to support them. Here's how you can strengthen your mindset every single day. 1. Morning mindset reset. Start each day by checking in with your mind. Ask yourself, "Oh, what am I thinking right now? Oh, is this thought helping me or hindering me? Oh, what's a stronger thought I can choose?" This simple exercise will help you start your day with awareness and clarity, instead of letting the world decide your thoughts. 2. Practice emotional regulation. When you feel a wave of emotion, pause. Don't react immediately. Take a deep breath, acknowledge the emotion, and ask yourself, "How can I respond in a way that aligns with my goals?" 3. Reframe challenges. When you face a setback or challenge, take a moment to reframe it. Ask yourself, "What is the lesson here? And how can I grow from this experience?" This will train your mind to see opportunities in adversity. 4. Build resilience. When life gets tough, remind yourself that resilience isn't about avoiding struggle. It's about facing it head-on and coming out stronger. Focus on bouncing back quickly after setbacks and learn from your mistakes. 5. Align your identity. Speak to yourself like you are already the person you want to become. Say to yourself, "I am someone who follows through. I am someone who overcomes challenges." Let these affirmations shape your behavior, strengthening your mindset. The key to success: your mindset is the foundation for everything you want to achieve. It's the invisible force that powers your decisions, shapes your actions, and ultimately determines the course of your life. If you want to transform your habits, develop discipline, and create lasting change in your life, you must start by strengthening your mind. The next 90 days will test you, but if you can train your mindset to stay strong, focused, and resilient, you'll be able to tackle anything that comes your way. Mindset is the key that unlocks the door to your potential. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we will dive into the skills of emotional control, how to stay calm under pressure, manage stress, and keep your cool when things get tough. Are you ready to master your mindset? Let's keep moving forward. Chapter 7. Face the hard things you've avoided. Every person who transforms their life eventually reaches the same moment. It's the moment when they have to face the hard things they've been avoiding. The uncomfortable conversations, the unresolved conflicts, the financial mess they've been postponing, the habits they've been ignoring, the fears they've been running from, the truths they don't want to confront. The problem with avoidance is that it doesn't just delay your growth, it weakens it. Every time you push something aside, you add weight to your life. A quiet tension builds in your mind, and that weight can easily pull you down. If you want the next 90 days to be a true transformation, you must stop running from what's hard and start facing it head-on. This is not just about the tasks you don't want to do. It's about shifting from a mindset of avoidance to a mindset of courage and ownership. The silent thief of potential avoidance is like a thief. It steals your potential without you even noticing. It robs you of your energy, your focus, and your time. You might think you're just putting things off for a while, but in reality, avoidance traps you in a cycle of regret, anxiety, and stagnation. And while it may seem comforting in the moment to avoid facing difficult tasks, the cost is far higher than the temporary relief it provides. Avoidance only deepens the problem. The longer you avoid something, the harder it becomes to tackle it. That's why the key to breaking free is facing the hard things head-on. The key to transformation. Facing what you've been avoiding. Let's break down why facing hard things is so crucial to your transformation. 1. Facing hard things is the path to freedom. Avoidance keeps you chained to your fears. Every time you run from something difficult, you strengthen the grip it has on you. But when you choose to face it, you take the power away from it. Facing hard things liberates you. It frees you from the grip of procrastination, anxiety, and fear. It shows you that you are capable of handling challenges. And once you face one difficult thing, you realize that many of the things you feared were not as scary as you imagined. The fear disappears the moment you take action. 2. Hard things are the catalyst for growth. Growth never comes from comfort. It comes from discomfort. The more difficult something feels, the more room there is for growth. When you face what's hard, you're opening the door to your next level of transformation. For example, if you've been avoiding a difficult conversation with someone, putting it off for months, that conversation might be the key to releasing emotional baggage that's been weighing you down. Facing that discomfort will help you grow emotionally, improve your communication skills, and build resilience. 3. Avoidance blocks your progress. Every time you avoid something, you block your own progress. It's like trying to run a race with a heavy backpack full of bricks. The longer you carry that weight, the slower you go. The key to making progress is taking off the backpack, facing what you've been avoiding and getting it out of your way. When you face the hard things, you free up energy and mental space to focus on the tasks that matter. You'll find that your mind becomes clearer, your energy becomes lighter, and your confidence grows. You'll have more bandwidth for the things that will move your life forward. The 5-step process for facing the hard things. Facing hard things doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need to tackle everything at once. The secret is to break down the process into manageable steps so you don't feel paralyzed by the weight of it all. Step 1. Name the discomfort you can't face, what you refuse to identify. Write down the things you've been avoiding. Be brutally honest with yourself. When you name it, you take away its power over you. Clarity gives you strength. So take a moment to reflect on what's been sitting on your chest, waiting for your attention. Some examples might be a difficult conversation you need to have, financial issues you've been ignoring, a habit you've been putting off addressing, a fear or insecurity that's holding you back. Step 2. Break the emotional charge. Most things we avoid are emotionally charged. The fear of conflict, the fear of failure, the anxiety of facing something unknown. These emotions make the task feel bigger than it really is. To face the hard things, you need to separate the task from the emotion. Start by asking yourself, what am I really afraid of? Is it the actual task, or is it the feelings that come with it? Once you identify the emotional charge, you can begin to break it down. You'll find that the task itself is usually much easier to handle than the emotions tied to it. Step 3. Simplify the action. The harder something feels, the more we tend to avoid it. To stop that cycle, break down the hard task into smaller, manageable actions. If you've been avoiding an important conversation, start by writing down the key points you need to discuss. If you've been procrastinating on a project, break it down into smaller tasks and start with the easiest one. The goal is to make the task seem less overwhelming so you can take the first step. Step 4. Set a deadline. Hard tasks don't get done without urgency. When you're facing something you've been avoiding, give it a deadline. This is crucial because commitment drives action. Set a specific time and date to tackle the task. Put it in your calendar. Treat it like an appointment with your future self. Once you set a deadline, there's no more room for negotiation. Step 5. Take the first step immediately. Once you have your plan in place, don't wait. Take the first step right away. Don't wait for the right moment or the perfect conditions. Start now. The moment you take that first step, you break the cycle of avoidance. You prove to yourself that you are capable of tackling difficult things. And once you face the hard thing, you'll see that it wasn't as difficult as you imagined. The power of facing the hard things. When you choose to face the hard things, you begin to build the most powerful version of yourself. The more you confront what scares you, the more resilient you become. As you continue to face hard tasks, you start to see yourself as someone who handles challenges with grace. You become someone who chooses courage over comfort, action over avoidance, and strength over fear. Facing hard things is the bridge between where you are now and the person you're becoming. And when you stop running, you'll start growing in ways you never thought possible. Practical exercise. Facing what you've been avoiding for the next 90 days, commit to facing the hard things. Write down the top 3 things you've been avoiding and follow these steps. 1. Name the discomfort. Be honest about what's been weighing on you. 2. Break the emotional charge. Identify the fear or emotion attached to the task. 3. Simplify the action. Break the task down into smaller, manageable steps. 4. Set a deadline. Give yourself a specific time to tackle the task. 5. Take the first step. Start immediately and keep the momentum going. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll focus on designing an environment that wins for you. Because when your surroundings support your goals, everything becomes easier. Are you ready to stop avoiding and start acting? Let's keep going. Chapter 8. Design an environment that wins for you. Discipline becomes 10 times easier when your environment supports your goals, and 10 times harder when your environment fights against them. Most people think their struggles with focus, motivation, or consistency are a personal issue. They blame themselves for lacking discipline or willpower. But the truth is much simpler. Your environment is training you, even when you don't notice it. Your environment, the people you surround yourself with, the space you live in, the digital tools you use, and even the media you consume, has a profound impact on your habits, your clarity, and your ability to stay disciplined. Whether you realize it or not, your surroundings shape your behavior. If your environment encourages distractions, clutter, or comfort, you'll naturally fall into habits that reinforce those things. But if you design your environment to support your goals, you will find that discipline becomes almost automatic. The best part, you don't need to rely solely on willpower. When your environment is aligned with your goals, you make the right choices without having to think twice about them. The power of environment design. Your environment doesn't just influence your mood, it influences your decisions. Every time you're faced with a choice, your environment either helps or hinders you. For example, if you work in a cluttered space, your mind will feel cluttered. You'll struggle to concentrate. If your phone is constantly buzzing with notifications, it will distract you from your focus. If your friends or family are constantly pulling you away from your goals, it will be harder to stay disciplined. But when you take control and design an environment that supports your ambitions, you'll find it much easier to stay on track. Your environment is constantly sending signals to your brain about who you are. If your space is chaotic and filled with distractions, your brain receives the signal that you are someone who lives in chaos and distraction. But if your environment is clean, organized, and aligned with your goals, your brain starts to recognize that you are someone who thrives in clarity and focus. 4 layers of environment design. To make the most of your environment, you need to design it in 4 key areas: physical, digital, social, and mental. Each layer plays an important role in shaping your behavior and supporting your transformation. 1. Physical environment. Your physical environment is the most obvious place to start. Your space, the room, desk, or area where you work, sets the tone for your day. If it's cluttered, messy, or filled with distractions, it can have a huge impact on your productivity and mental clarity. What you need to do: declutter your space. Clean up your workspace, remove items that don't serve you, and make sure everything you need is within reach. Create a dedicated workspace for focused work. Whether it's a specific room, desk, or corner, this space should be reserved for deep work. Make it visually appealing. Surround yourself with things that inspire you: art, quotes, plants, or any objects that give you positive energy. Remove distractions. Keep your phone out of sight. Silence unnecessary notifications and get rid of anything that might pull your attention away from the task at hand. The more organized and intentional your physical space, the easier it will be to stay focused and disciplined. 2. Digital environment. In today's world, your digital environment is just as important as your physical one. Notifications, endless tabs, social media feeds, and constant emails are the biggest distractions, draining your attention and mental energy. What you need to do: declutter your phone and computer. Unfollow accounts that drain you. Delete apps you don't use and organize your files into folders. Turn off notifications. If it's not essential, mute it. You should only receive notifications from things that align with your goals and priorities. Set digital boundaries. Use apps that block distracting websites or limit screen time. Create specific blocks of time for checking emails or social media, and don't let them hijack your focus. Your phone and digital devices should work for you, not against you. When you curate your digital environment, you minimize distractions and increase your ability to focus. 3. Social environment. The people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on your behavior and mindset. Some people encourage your growth, while others drain your energy. Surrounding yourself with the right people is essential to staying focused on your goals. What you need to do: limit time with energy drainers. If there are people in your life who constantly distract you, drain your energy, or keep you in a negative mindset, it's time to set boundaries. Spend more time with people who inspire and motivate you. Find people who push you toward growth, who hold you accountable, and who share your values. Seek out a community of like-minded individuals. Whether it's in person or online, connecting with people who have similar goals can help you stay focused and committed. Your social environment should uplift and challenge you, not hold you back. Choose to spend time with people who support your growth and share your values. 4. Mental environment. Finally, your mental environment is perhaps the most important layer. Your thoughts, beliefs, and internal dialogue shape your perception of yourself and the world around you. If your mental environment is cluttered with negative self-talk, doubt, and limiting beliefs, your external environment will reflect that chaos. What you need to do: start each day with a mindset reset. Take a few moments in the morning to breathe, reflect, and set your intentions for the day. Cultivate positive self-talk. Challenge limiting beliefs and replace them with affirmations that reinforce your commitment to growth. Practice mindfulness. Take time each day to clear your mind, whether it's through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence. Create a routine that reinforces your mental strength. Incorporate activities that help you feel grounded, focused, and calm. Your mental environment is the filter through which you experience the world. By strengthening it, you will find that your actions become more intentional and your habits become more consistent. How to implement your 90-day environment reset to make this actionable. Here's your 90-day environment reset. Days 1-3. Physical declutter. Clean your workspace. Organize your physical environment. Remove items that distract you or do not support your goals. Days 4-7. Digital cleanup. Remove unnecessary apps, folders, and tabs. Set boundaries for your digital space. Turn off notifications and create dedicated time blocks for checking emails or social media. Days 8-14. Social boundaries. Limit time with people who drain your energy. Set clear boundaries with friends, family, or colleagues who distract you from your goals. Seek out communities that align with your values and goals. Days 15-21. Mental reset rituals. Start your day with a mindset reset. Cultivate positive self-talk and challenge negative beliefs. Practice mindfulness and set your intentions each morning. Days 22-90. Maintain, refine, optimize. Continue to maintain the changes you've made. Refine your environment as needed. Optimize your space, both physical and mental, to ensure you're always moving toward your goals. Why environment design works. When you design an environment that supports your goals, it becomes easier to stay disciplined and consistent. You're not constantly fighting against distractions or negative influences. Instead, your surroundings naturally guide you toward focus, growth, and success. Your environment becomes a tool, a system that helps you stay on track and move forward. And when you combine a supportive environment with intentional habits and a strong mindset, you create the perfect foundation for transformation. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we will focus on tracking your progress, reviewing your results, and adjusting your path for even more growth. Are you ready to design an environment that propels you forward? Let's keep going. Chapter 9. Track, review, and adjust weekly. One of the biggest reasons people fail to transform their lives is surprisingly simple. They don't track their progress. They don't measure their actions. They don't review their choices. They don't adjust their strategy. They hope things improve, but they never check. And in the absence of clarity, guesswork takes over. Guessing leads to inconsistency. Inconsistency leads to disappointment. And disappointment leads to quitting. If you want the next 90 days to transform your life, you must stop guessing and start tracking. The rule is simple. What gets measured improves. What gets reviewed accelerates. What gets adjusted becomes unstoppable. A 90-day transformation is not a straight line. It's a cycle of learning, refining, and rising. Tracking is the process. Review is the awareness. Adjustment is the evolution. If you don't track your progress, you cannot improve. But when you track your actions honestly, you take control. You turn every day into data. You turn every week into insight. You turn every mistake into a lesson. Why tracking creates transformation? Here's the truth. Your memory is unreliable. It forgets wins exaggerates failures and distorts progress. You cannot rely on feelings to measure your growth because feelings are fleeting. They change with the wind. One day you feel on top of the world and the next you feel defeated. But tracking gives you objective data that tells the true story of your transformation. When you track your habits, your energy, and your results, you create a mirror for your life. A mirror that shows you exactly where you're strong, where you're slipping, and where you need to adjust. Awareness is the key to transformation. Without tracking, you can easily overlook your progress or mistakenly think you're failing. But with tracking, you see the full picture, and that clarity will drive you forward. The 3 pillars of tracking for the next 90 days, you will track 3 main categories: actions, energy, and results. Each of these pillars gives you a complete picture of your transformation. Let's break them down. 1. Track actions. Your daily evidence actions are the foundation of your transformation. What you do every single day is what determines your results. If you want to make real progress, you need to measure your actions. Here's what to track. Did you complete your 1 hour of focused work today? Did you follow your morning routine consistently? Did you stay consistent with your key habit? Did you cut your 3 biggest drains, distractions, negative influences, or bad habits? Did you practice your chosen skill? Make this tracking process simple. Use checkboxes or a habit tracking app. Don't make it complicated. The goal is to make tracking effortless so you can keep your focus on your growth, not on the logistics of tracking itself. Even if your results aren't visible yet, your actions are the backbone of your transformation. Actions lead to results, so tracking them daily keeps you accountable. 2. Track energy. Your internal data energy is one of the most overlooked aspects of transformation. You can't push yourself to greatness if you're constantly running on empty. Your energy tells you what your body and mind are experiencing. Are you feeling drained, energized, or somewhere in between? Tracking your energy levels daily gives you insights into your habits, routines, and overall well-being. Here's how to track your energy. Rate your energy on a scale from 1 to 5 at the end of each day. 1 equals completely drained, exhausted. 3 equals neutral, neither high nor low. 5 equals energized, ready to take on anything. Tracking your energy will help you identify patterns. For example, you might notice that your energy drops when you stay up too late, or that you feel more energized after a workout. These insights will allow you to adjust your habits for better productivity and well-being. By tracking energy, you can optimize your day for peak performance. 3. Track results. Your weekly progress. Tracking your results is crucial, but it's important to remember that results often take time to manifest. You might not see dramatic changes after 1 day or even 1 week, but small wins accumulate over time. That's why tracking weekly results is key to keeping you motivated and aware of your progress. Here's how to track results. At the end of each week, review the small wins you've achieved. Did you complete that project you've been putting off? Did you stick to your habits and routines? Have you seen improvements in your skill or productivity? Are you feeling more confident or disciplined than before? Tracking results isn't just about looking for big achievements. It's about noticing the small improvements. Progress isn't always dramatic, and it's often subtle until it's undeniable. By reviewing your results weekly, you can celebrate your wins and adjust your approach when necessary. The weekly reset. A ritual for reflection. To make tracking work for you, you need to implement a weekly reset. This is where you step back, reflect on your actions, energy, and results, and make any necessary adjustments for the following week. The weekly reset helps you gain clarity and ensures that you stay on track for your 90-day transformation. Here's your weekly reset ritual. 1. Review your actions. Look at your checkboxes for the week. Did you complete most of your daily actions? Did you stay consistent? This is not about perfection, it's about awareness. If you didn't hit all your targets, don't beat yourself up. Ask yourself, what went well, and what could I improve? 2. Review your energy. How did your energy fluctuate throughout the week? Were there days when you felt particularly drained or energized? By reviewing your energy, you'll gain insights into what's draining you and what's helping you maintain your focus. Adjust your schedule or habits to optimize your energy for the following week. 3. Review your results. Take a moment to review your progress. What small wins did you achieve? What tasks did you complete? What skills did you improve? The goal is to see how far you've come, even if the progress seems small. Celebrate these wins and note anything that surprised you. 4. Identify one area for improvement. Rather than overwhelming yourself with a long list of things to fix, choose one thing to focus on improving for the next week. Maybe it's getting better at tracking your energy, staying consistent with your morning routine, or eliminating a major distraction. The goal is small, consistent improvements. 5. Reset your space. At the end of the week, take a few minutes to clean up your workspace, reorganize your materials, and get everything ready for the next week. A fresh space equals a fresh start. 6. Recommit to your goals. This is your opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to the process. Say it out loud. I am committed to this transformation. Remind yourself why you started this journey and how far you've come. Recommit to your goals and set the intention for the week ahead. Why tracking is essential to transformation. Tracking isn't about judging yourself or looking for perfection. It's about gaining clarity, building consistency, and adjusting course when needed. By tracking your actions, energy, and results, you turn your transformation into a conscious, data-driven process. You can't improve what you refuse to look at. Tracking helps you see what's working and what's not. It provides feedback that allows you to make informed decisions about your next steps. It keeps you accountable and motivated. Most importantly, tracking builds trust with yourself. Every time you show up and track your progress, you're proving to yourself that you can follow through. This builds your confidence, which strengthens your discipline and fuels your transformation. The next 90 days. Stay consistent with tracking as you move through the next 90 days. Make tracking an essential part of your journey. Review your actions, energy, and results each week, and use those insights to keep moving forward. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens with consistent action, weekly reflection, and constant adjustment. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll dive into identity shift, the key to becoming the person who doesn't quit. It's time to lock in your new identity. Are you ready to track your way to success? Let's keep going. Chapter 10. Identity shift. Become the person who doesn't quit. Every transformation eventually reaches the same threshold. The moment when habits aren't enough, systems aren't enough, and discipline alone won't carry you to the finish line. At some point, all of these tools, habits, systems, discipline, will depend on something deeper: your identity, how you see yourself, who you believe you are, and what standard you expect yourself to maintain will determine whether you succeed or fall back into old patterns. Without an identity shift, the old version of you will always pull you back. With an identity shift, the old version of you loses all power. This chapter isn't just about creating another habit or adding another system to your life. It's about becoming someone else, someone stronger, clearer, more capable, and more committed than you've ever been. Someone who follows through, no matter the circumstances. If you've followed the steps in the previous chapters, you've already made massive strides toward transformation. But the most important transformation is happening inside you. You are shifting from a person who hopes to change into a person who expects to win. Identity drives behavior. Without a shift in your identity, nothing will stick. But once you change how you see yourself, everything else becomes easier. The pillars of an unstoppable identity. To build an identity that lasts, you must focus on the pillars that make your transformation inevitable. This shift happens through consistent actions, deep reflection, and unwavering commitment. Let's explore the essential pillars of an identity that doesn't quit. 1. Identity is built through repetition, not intention. You don't become disciplined because you want to be. You become disciplined because you repeatedly act like a disciplined person. Every time you choose consistency over excuses, your identity strengthens. Every time you show up on a hard day, your identity evolves. Your new identity is not something you decide to have. It's something you practice every day. Your actions build your identity, and over time, your behavior starts to align with who you want to become. For example, you don't just tell yourself, "I'm disciplined." You prove it through your actions, by following through on what you said you would do, even when it's hard. Repetition turns your actions into habits, and habits become your new identity. 2. Identity requires letting go of the old you to make room for the new version of yourself. You have to let go of the person you used to be. This means releasing old habits, old stories, and old beliefs that are no longer serving you. You've probably heard of people who say, "I want to change," but they keep clinging to old habits or patterns. You cannot hold on to the person you were and expect to transform into the person you want to be. Letting go isn't about shame or regret. It's about recognition and acceptance. The person you were is done, and it's time to make space for the person you're becoming. Letting go of old versions of yourself is a freeing experience. It allows you to evolve into someone stronger, more disciplined, and more capable of achieving your goals. 3. Identity thrives on standards, not motivation. Most people think they'll change when they feel motivated, but the truth is that motivation fades. If you wait for motivation to do the work for you, you'll constantly be disappointed. What creates lasting change is standards. Standards are the rules you live by, the expectations you set for yourself, and the non-negotiables in your life. For example, I don't skip my hour. I finish what I start. I don't let distractions steal my focus. These are standards, not goals. Goals create direction, but standards create identity, and identity is what drives everything else. If you see yourself as someone who never gives up, someone who finishes what they start, your behavior will follow suit. Standards become your internal guidelines, and as you live by them every day, your identity strengthens and solidifies. 4. Identity requires proof. If you want to become someone who doesn't quit, you need evidence that you are that person. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build proof. This proof builds belief, and belief strengthens your identity. For example, you can't just tell yourself, "I am disciplined." You need to show up and take action. Each time you follow through, you're proving to your brain that you are the person you say you are. This proof is essential. It's what turns your words into reality. Your actions will prove to yourself that you can trust your word, and this trust becomes the foundation of your new identity. 5. Identity is reinforced by small wins, not big moments. A common misconception is that transformation comes from big, dramatic moments. But the truth is, transformation happens through small wins that accumulate over time. The tiny decisions you make every day, the small actions you take when no one is watching, they are the bricks that build your new identity. Think about it. Waking up on time, finishing a workout even when you don't feel like it, choosing healthy food instead of junk. These small, consistent actions build your identity bit by bit, and over 90 days, they add up to a total transformation. Transformation isn't about waiting for the big, magical moment. It's about showing up every single day, doing the small things that align with the person you want to become. 6. Identity requires self-respect. You cannot sustain transformation without respecting yourself. Self-respect is the foundation of your identity. It grows when your actions align with your values. It grows when you follow through on your commitments, when you don't betray yourself for momentary comfort. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you lose a bit of respect for who you are. But every time you keep that promise, you strengthen your self-respect. This is what makes consistency so powerful. When you consistently honor your word to yourself, you build trust and respect. 7. Identity emerges when you show up on the hard days. Anyone can act disciplined when things are easy. But the true test of your identity is whether you show up when things get hard. Hard days are the true proving ground. Transformation happens when you push through the resistance and choose to show up, even when you feel like quitting. This is where your new identity is forged. The hard days aren't interruptions. They are opportunities to prove to yourself that you can handle whatever life throws at you. When you show up on the hard days, you build mental toughness. You teach yourself that you can handle discomfort, and that builds a level of resilience that will serve you for the rest of your life. 8. Identity is a choice you renew every day. You don't become a new person once and for all. Identity is a daily decision. Every day, you choose to be that person again. You recommit. You reaffirm your standards. You show up and prove to yourself that you are who you say you are. Your identity is alive. It grows and evolves every time you make a choice that aligns with the person you want to become. So every day is a new opportunity to reinforce that identity. Your 90-day identity shift for the next 90 days. Your mission is simple. Build an identity that matches your highest potential. Who do you want to become? The next 90 days are not just about changing your habits. They are about becoming the person who doesn't quit. You are building an identity that will carry you beyond these 90 days into a future filled with endless possibilities. You've already started to shift your identity. Now it's time to make it permanent. The final question as you come to the end of this 90-day journey, ask yourself this: who am I becoming? Are you becoming the person who stays stuck, who gives up when things get tough? Or are you becoming the person who faces challenges head-on and shows up every day no matter how hard it gets? Your future self is waiting for you to make that choice. Your transformation starts with this identity shift. Choose wisely. Your future depends on it. This is the end of this audiobook, but it's just the beginning of your journey. You've already taken the first step. Now take a moment to acknowledge the growth you've already made. You are not the same person who started this. The next chapter of your life starts now. And there you have it, the complete blueprint for a powerful transformation. Stay committed to the journey ahead. Your future self is counting on you to stay consistent and true to your goals.